everybody, and welcome to Andrew Discusses. And today I want to discuss something about the site in which you are currently watching, well, actually listening to this video. Of course, I have discussed YouTube a few dozen times, but this time I want to take a step back and not discuss YouTube itself, but the creators here on YouTube. Yes, all of you out there, join me in a moment as I metaphorically take your hand, because we're still prevented from touching each other. Remember, social distancing and all. So, as I metaphorically take your hand, let me join this by saying the following. YouTubers do a lot more than most people think. Now, okay, somebody looks at a YouTuber and they make a real smarky, snarky comment of, oh, all they do is just play a video game all day long, or, oh, they just sit behind a microphone and bitch and complain about stuff, and that's all they do all day, and they're getting paid for it, miserable, lazy bastards. And the thing is that, for starters, not all YouTubers get paid. I sure as hell don't. I don't see a fucking dime. I see no money from this. If I do, it would be a miracle. I could quit my job and say kiss off, and I could put out videos every day and then make myself a living becoming a full-time YouTuber. But no, I am not that rich. I'm nowhere near that rich. So there is that issue. But the other thing is that YouTubers do way more than just sit on their ass and play video games or talk about stuff. I mean, besides the DIY ones and the, let me educate you a bit about like older technology, newer technology, programs and stuff like that, setting them aside, they're throwing like all YouTubers in on this, with it basically being, oh, well, they just sit on their ass and do nothing and get paid. And that's not actually the fact. There's a lot that goes into making a video, more so than what a lot of the viewers actually think. Now, granted, not everybody does things the same. I don't have a massive setup with soundproofing and, massive camera setups and, oh my god, I can film like 6 different angles and upload, live stream, and all that bullshit. I don't have the ability to do that. And like I said before, my internet connection is like really piss poor. I have finally gotten it back to the point where I can get a download speed of 0.93 to 95 Mbps, megabits per second, and an upload speed of about 0.36 to 0.40 Mbps. That's it. That is the best speed that I have been able to get. And I am, at this point, willing to just take it because it's better than nothing. And I don't have the world's greatest internet connection, and I don't have the ability to put up a crap ton of videos. And I doubt that I'm alone in this. And there are YouTubers out there that they'll record on their cameras, they'll record on tablets, on camcorders, and just regular stuff in general. And then what they'll do is they will put all that stuff out online for everybody to see. So basically, they're taking the stuff either right off their camera, putting it up, and going like that. Now, that's easy when you think about it, because it's just take the file and upload it. I do that with my monthly Q&A video because, let's face it, I'm not going to edit that, because if I do, I'm taking the joy and fun away from it. You're basically sitting down asking me questions. If I edit that, that takes the fun away from it. That's the whole gist of it. It's a Q&A video. You're asking me questions. I sit there and answer them. I literally pull them off so I'm getting each question. It's literally like you're just sitting there with me. So I'm fine with that. However, there are YouTubers that will take and edit their videos, and that takes a lot of time. There are some YouTubers that have assistants, like Markiplier has Lixian, and I think the 8-Bit guy the 8-Bit guy does a lot of his stuff on his own. But there are some that do have assistants. I don't know every single one, but there are some that do have assistants. I know Phantom Strider has some assistants because he keeps asking for people to help him out on Twitter every now and then. So there is that. But here's the thing. With YouTubers, we just don't all sit on our ass. A lot of us do more than that. And it takes a lot to make a video happen. Like, aside from the simple just, upload the video clip that isn't really much of a problem, there's also the rendering the file, checking the file size, making sure that it's compatible with YouTube's system, basically being in either a WMV or MP4 format, making sure that it's acceptable for YouTube. Basically, there's no nudity, nobody's dry humping, two dogs aren't humping on the front lawn, stuff like that. You also have to make sure there's so many other things, especially now with copyright issues, making sure that videos are abiding by those. COPA, music, content in the videos, like games, stuff like that, anything that could possibly get copyright struck, pictures, images, just anything. And a lot of this has been brought out because there are a lot of gamers and a lot of YouTubers that are starting to take breaks, because when the pandemic started going into full swing here in the States, a lot of people were putting out YouTube videos almost on a daily basis to help kind of, smooth over you're stuck at home, watch this, forget about your life for a moment. And we were helping in a tremendous way. And that does lead to people needing breaks. And I did an entire video on that. You can find that on the playlist. If I remember to do it, I'll stick a thing up, but I doubt I'm going to do that. But just in case I forget. But a lot of them are taking breaks, and people are being really rude and insensitive, and they're going, from what? Sitting on their ass and playing games? Yeah, that's a real difficult job that they got there. The thing is, it actually is. It is stressful to do a lot of the stuff that YouTubers do. I mean, take gamer YouTubers, for example, like Markiplier, K-Wing Let's Play, I'll even throw Mitten Squad, a Dry Bread, and some of those in. They put out videos, they actually edit the videos, they play through the game, and they edit the video to take what would essentially be like a 4.5 hour long video and condense it down to a 20 to 30 minute video for you to watch. You wouldn't want to sit there for 4 hours and watch them go from start to finish, have to restart half a dozen times, have issue after issue after issue, and then go back into this again and again and again ad infinitum till they beat it. You wouldn't want to see that. And if you would, say something to them. Maybe they'll just put it up and they can show you. But of course, that'll take a crap ton of time to upload. The main issue is that they do a lot more, because it's like they have to edit the video down. They have to input the title card that they put in. So basically, I'll use Mitten Squad here, for example, because they always do the "can you beat," and it's the text that pops up in front of over the video. That is an effect that they have to do in. It's a title effect that they're using a video program for. It's not a simple, here, I'm just going to put this in here, the title's just going to pop up, and there you go, that's the end of it. It's far more than that. And it's just that they get burned out, they need a break, and it's not as easy as it looks. I mean, if it were easy, every single person in the world would do it. Now, everybody in the world could do it. I'm not saying that they shouldn't try, but you're not just going to come on here and go, oh, I can do everything that a high-ranking YouTuber can. You're never going to get that good on your first go. If you manage to get like 100 views, that's luck. Hell, the best video that I have has over 3,000 views, possibly even getting close to 4,000. And it is a few years old at this point. And the people don't even watch it that long. I think the maximum audience retention was like maybe 13 or 14, well, at one point it was like 13, 14 seconds, but then it went up to, I think it's up to like 5-6 minutes now, 7 at the most. That's it. That's it. And that's been up for a few years now. I think it's almost like 3 years old at this point, 3 or 4 years. That's it. That's all the better it does. I'll be about 3 years. Yeah, at least 3 years old. That's it. That's all the better it is. It's not this massive video that can bring in a crap ton of views. And that was when I was still starting out back on YouTube. When I first started doing comedy, my videos got diddly shit. I had like, what was it? I think it was like maybe 14 views was the most that I had, and it was literally 14 seconds was all they watched of it, and that was it. There was 14 seconds, and then that's it. They were done. I mean, that stuff does not just go away just like that. So when you look at a YouTuber and you're thinking, oh, well, all they do is sit on their ass. No, they're doing a lot more. I mean, a lot of them, like me, that are solo operations, we have to do the editing. We have to do the processing. We have to do the behind-the-scenes work. But on top of that, we need to find, if it's like a discussion video like this, or my podcast, I got to find topics. If it's a rant video, I got to find topics. The Q&A video, I have to take, I got to copy the questions, put them into the text document file that I have for them. I have to set up the equipment. I have to make sure that everything's running right, like the microphone's recording, there's no extra background noise or issues happening. I have to make sure that the camera's working good, that you can see me, the lighting's good. I have to do all of that solo. I don't have other people to help with that. So this is YouTube is not a simple job, and people that think it is, I really hate to say this, but they're simple-minded. I don't mean to insult anybody by that, but it's true. If you've ever put up a video of yourself, or you've ever had to do a video and you've edited it, you'll know that there is a crap ton of work involved in it. This is not a simple, oh, just put it up, that's the end of it type of thing. And a lot of people don't get that. I mean, okay, I understand. You're looking at it from the side of, oh, I just watch the videos, it's really easy. Yeah, and you think the same thing about television shows probably, where it's like, oh, all they do is stand in front of the camera all day and talk, and that's the end of it. Like talk shows. No, talk shows, they have to know what they're talking about. They need to have an understanding about what they're doing. They can't just go out there and go off for 20-30 minutes. They need to know, hey, is there any words that I can't say around like my guest today that might set them off and we end up having a Jerry Springer episode here? Is there something that I need to know, like a watchword? What's the topics for today's questions? Are there any questions that they have that they don't want asked? Is there anything going on that I need to know about, like any possible audience participation events that we're doing today? There's a lot of stuff like that goes into this. Same thing for game shows. That's another thing that a lot of people just have this massive, oh, it's really easy to host a game show. No, it's not. Okay, sure, Alex Trebek makes it look easy because he does Jeopardy, and he even said that he works for like 2 days a week. But here's the thing. You're filming constantly. You get like a break, and then you're back to filming again. You need to make sure that you're constantly on almost 24/7 during that, and then once you're done, hey, that's it, cool, I can relax now for a couple days. And that's that. For shows like game shows, you still have issues. They need to do background checks. They need to do this and that. It's not just a simple, let's just put the person out here and, they might be somebody in trouble with the government with like taxes or something, and they're coming out here and they're going to win a crap ton of money that they're going to have to claim, and they're not going to claim it. They're going to come back to us for that because, we have to claim that, hey, they won money on our show, and now they're going to not pay the money, or they're not going to be eligible for the prize. Now we're stuck having to deal with the fallout of it, which is going to screw us up for a while, and that happens. Or you have the worry about potential cheaters. Keeping an eye on the audience for listening devices, people scouring the internet and then radioing them with like a little Bluetooth receiver nowadays or something like that. I mean, I remember the whole thing with The Price is Right, with the guy that pretty much nailed everything. Hell, they even made a movie about it. You can actually pull up. I have seen that there's a movie. And it's basically about him and how he supposedly cheated, but they proved that he never cheated. But yet, they still claim he cheated, and it's caused an entire redo of the whole process of the show. So stuff like that does happen. And the same thing can be said for YouTubers, because they need to keep abreast of everything that's going on around them. If they talk about current event topics, like video games, movies, TV shows, events, things like that, they need to be in the know 24/7. Or they need to at least have a good understanding of what the hell's going on here and what it means. They just can't go out there and go, oh, well, this is this and this is fact and that's it, because they're going to look like an idiot afterwards. And that's what it is. So this is not an easy thing. If you want to ever get into YouTube, like I said, be my guest. Just keep in mind, this is not easy. And the only sad thing is that I often feel like if you're ever applying for a job and you're applying for something like editing films and stuff like that, you should definitely put your YouTube out there and go, here, this is my YouTube channel. This is the stuff that I have done. These are videos that I've helped other YouTubers with. This is some of the stuff that I can do. Or you basically can put down on your resume, I have problem solving skills from figuring out if issues are working with my videos. Reading the YouTube analytics, which is honestly what I've been getting into a lot. I've been pretty much pulling those up like every other day, reading those things like crazy. There's the whole well, are my videos doing well? What's the audience retention? The general amount of audience members? How many people are watching? So you're basically pulling producer work, creator work, and actor work. It's not that it's not that simple. I was gonna say it's not that difficult, but yeah, it's difficult. It is just not that simple as to just, oh, that's all it is, I'm done. It's far more advanced and far more complex than that. Of course, though, there are people that, like I said, will just look at this and go, oh, well, it's really easy to do this. No, it looks easy, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of work that goes into it. I mean, take my podcast, for example. I have to fix up the title logo. I have to fix up the channel title logo, which is the first thing that you see in front of most of my videos now. Then you have the introduction for that video. Then you have the main body of the video, which I have to make sure is lined up correctly to the audio that I put up. I end up having to trim off the excess of the video to match up with the audio as best I can. Occasionally I'll let it go over maybe a second to basically provide a buffer before I put up the end title, basically the credits, and then the final piece of it being the title, the end title sequence, where it's basically, this has been a presentation of, and then you have my logo, or well, actually my second logo that I can't for the life of me right now get as my main logo. I've been trying, but it's still failing. And I'll probably end up changing it again anyway, so it's just a temporary one. But there is that. So you have all of this stuff going on, and at the same time, you're basically doing the recording of the video, you're talking about whatever's in the video, but then you're also doing the producer work, like, okay, who's my video targeted towards? What exactly, why am I talking about this? What exactly is this going to prove? When should I put this video up? And you're doing the producer work on top of the, technical aspects. Basically, you're the production assistant doing the editing, you're the producer doing the analytics and stuff like that, and then well, I guess that's business analyst, but still producer either way, because you're having to produce this bitch. And then the main star itself, you. There is a lot more to this than meets the eye, and the same thing goes with a lot of the gamers, like I said. So that's basically it. But if you're ever thinking that, oh, well, YouTubers have it really easy, they just stand in front of a camera all day, no, it's way more difficult than you think. It honestly is. If you don't believe me, ask a couple of them. I guarantee you, they'll be more than happy to tell you if it's difficult or not. They're not going to lie. Actually ask them. Try that. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes, and this has been Andrew Discusses.